This is G and I'm back with another video. So this is the big project that I've been working on. This is going to be a three-part character study on the character of Samara, Justicar, Samara from the Mass Effect games. So for those who may not be familiar with the character, let me try to briefly summarize. She's an Asari. The Asari are basically the beautiful blue all-female race in the Mass Effect series, as she is introduced in the game Mass Effect 2, towards the end of the story. To not give too much away, she is a Justicar. She is an adherent to a very strict code that obligates her to punish the wicked and to protect the innocent. And when you encounter her in, when you rather I should say, when you meet her in the game proper, she's on the hunt for a very dangerous criminal. If you have played the game before, you know who this criminal is. If you have not, well, you'll find out. But I've always liked this character because she represents to me this amazing study in duality. Right? In this case, I'm using the second definition of duality, which is an instance of opposition or contrast between two concepts or two aspects of something, a dualism. And something that I personally find fascinating about the character is that for someone who sees things in black and white and tries to keep her feelings and her code and whatnot separate, she actually is this very nuanced dual person, right? Every things are not always what they seem with her. So I wanted to explore the duality in several aspects of her character. So the first is the duality of gender roles: hyper feminine and hyper masculine. So, as I previously mentioned, when you first come upon her in the game, she's chasing down a dangerous criminal. And in particular, when you first see her, she is intimidating and trying to get information from a terrified mercenary. And what happens is that she quite easily wins this battle against the mercenary. But what is interesting about her intro sequence, is that it it is what one would call, I guess, the establishing character moment. And it establishes the fact that this is a woman. Everything about her visually, from her look to the way she moves, even here as we see the way she executes her opponent here, we never really had a chance. Everything is feminine, right? Her design screams hyper femininity, from the head crown to the exposed chest area to the contours and the lines. Again, how she's killing her opponent here. Everything screams, this is a woman. Even a blind person would see that Samara is female, for lack of a better term, because technically she's an alien. You get what I mean. But what's interesting is for all of her apparent femininity, for her aggressive, I guess you could say, femininity, she actually is a Justicar. She lives by a very strict and demanding warrior code, which you may not always associate with someone who looks like this, being called to something that is incredibly distinctly masculine, being called to live by a warrior code. In particular, one that seems to be greatly influenced and inspired by the Japanese code of the samurai, Bushido. Now, you may be wondering, Gene, how do you know that the Justicar code is influenced by Bushido? Well, here's how. One, I've read the code of Bushido and books about it, and I've played the game, and I see many similarities between what is revealed about the Justicar code, in particular its harshness and the slavish devotion of its adherents, and the Bushido code. But also, it's hinted at in the game dialogue itself. where Samara says that the closest equivalent, the closest human equivalent to a Justicar such as herself would be somewhere between a knight errant and a samurai. So there's definitely a strong samurai influence with the character. In fact, she's often seen in the games when she's not fighting or having a major cutscene, sitting in the lotus position and meditating. That is something that is often associated with, especially I would say in American media, with Asian mystic characters or wise old warrior motifs and whatnot. So what makes this interesting is that you have a character who wouldn't look too out of place in a Victoria's Secret fashion show, but who has the soul and spirit of an ancient warrior. It is the blend of the hyper masculine and the hyper feminine, and that is just one of the many dualities that is represented by this character. So, this is part one. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I will see you in the next video, part two, which is the duality of the self, the hero and the shadow. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day or night, everybody. Bye.